What is going on, jumpers? This tutorial is going to cover the CL cross. I'm going to give you all the main tips, things to avoid, and an actual progression to help you learn this skill. If your goal with jump rope is to be efficient, to continually level up your skills, then this is the tutorial for you. All right, let's get into it. Before doing the CL cross, you should definitely know how to do an EB. If you know how to do an AS cross, that's great, but you don't have to know that before trying the CL. Before we get into the main tips, just a heads up, you should go check out Netflix. Over on my website, there's over 400 freestyle combos there with all sorts of skills, including the CL cross, and it's completely free. Okay, with that being said, let's get back to the CL cross. You want to keep your chest parallel to the ground in a jump rope squat position before going into the cross. Start with letting the rope stop on the ground, then drag it and scoop into the CL position. Use both hands to turn the rope. Make sure that your wrists still turn all the way around when you're in the CL. It's very important to keep your hands even while you're crossing so the rope goes all the way around your body. Once the rope passes underneath your feet, uncross and return to a neutral position. Once you get comfortable with this, you can start jumping directly into the CL without a stall. You'll need to jump a little earlier than normal, and you're gonna have to keep your hands up a little higher than normal as you're squatting down and transitioning into the CL. Even though your hands are raised up, you still need to be rotating your wrists and dragging the rope under your feet. There's a few critical things to avoid as well. You do not want your hands to exit the cross too soon, especially the hand that is behind your knees. Be patient and make sure that you're holding the cross until the rope has gone underneath your feet. You don't want to point the handles up your back. Don't turn with only the top hand or the bottom hand. You want to avoid having your hips significantly raised or lowered. And if you're doing the CL without stopping the rope on the ground, don't let the rope slap the ground really hard before you go into the CL because it might bounce back up at your face. Don't forget to keep those wrists turning because if you go directly from a single to a CL without turning your wrist, this is going to be very, very hard to actually execute the skill. All right, let's talk about how to actually practice this skill. First step, start with the rope behind you. Bring it around, place the rope on the ground while you're squatting, then bound gently into the CL cross, and then hold the CL for a CL toe catch. The rope should come all the way around and then land underneath your toes. You'll probably spend the majority of your time on this step because this is kind of the main piece of the CL, so make sure that you practice this a lot. The next step is to follow the same pattern. We're gonna start standing, ropes behind us. We'll bring the rope around, place it on the ground, then scoop into the CL placement, and then we will do an uncross jump at the end. It's important to point out at this step that the first rotation we do of the CL where our hands go into the cross is actually just a single under. It feels a little bit different because our hands are moving into the placement, but the rope itself is actually passing underneath in a single under. It's only when we start to uncross our hands that we actually jump the rope in the CL placement. This is a little bit strange. It's a little bit hard to wrap your head around this at first, so make sure that you do pay attention to where your hands are and where the rope is as it's passing underneath your feet during this step of practicing the CL. The next step is to keep building what we're doing here. We're gonna start with a single under. We'll stall the rope on the ground. We'll then jump into the CL placement, and then we will jump as we exit the CL and then continue for a toe catch. And lastly, if you're feeling comfortable with the CL, if you're able to do it with the stall on the ground, the next step will of course be to try it without the stall. So we'll do a regular single under. We will go directly into the CL placement. We will exit it and return back to a single under. If this tutorial helped you with the CL cross, send it off to a friend that you think might also enjoy it. If you want more tutorials, make sure you subscribe to the channel because there are a lot more coming in the future. If you have any questions at all, leave a comment down below or hit me up over on Instagram at Nate_KG.